Does that look like some sort of any kind of a drone that you've ever seen before?
This video is about to be so long. This is probably about to be the longest video I've ever made. Like, seriously. Over the course of the last couple weeks, the discussion of UFOs has completely exploded, especially with new videos coming out of New Jersey. But with all this talk of an alien invasion, is that what we should really be worried about, or is there something else deeper happening behind the scenes? This is Hot Takes.
I don't like Chick-fil-A.
Taylor Swift is overrated.
If you drive a pickup truck for reasons that are other than employment related, I don't like you.
Listen to your friends who care about astrology.
Escape rooms are fun.
What is your hot take?
Drop a hot take.
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 Welcome back to Hot Takes. I'm your host, Ian Isaiah. I would say we have a fun topic today, but honestly, this is kind of very weird. Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about this topic today. UFOs. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen the talk about UFOs already, especially if you were on TikTok or X or Instagram or anywhere. But today I wanted to talk about them because I think we should be talking about them for a different reason than everyone else wants to. So let's get into it. This is an article from the Associated Press. Supposedly, one of the most reliable and trusted sources of news. Drones, planes, or UFOs. Americans abuzz over mysterious New Jersey sightings. That buzzing coming out of New Jersey, it's unclear if it's drones or something else, but for sure, the nighttime sightings are producing tons of talk, a raft of conspiracy theories, and craned necks looking skyward. Cropping up on local news and social media sites around Thanksgiving. See, I didn't even know it was going on this long. I literally thought it was like the last week or so until I read this, and then I was like, oh, I didn't even know this was happening this whole time. This week seems to have begun a new, higher profile chapter. Lawmakers are demanding explanations from federal and state authorities about what's behind them. And yes, it actually has gotten so bad to the point that lawmakers are now getting involved. And I saw a clip of this, but unfortunately I didn't save it. So if I find it again, I'm gonna post it here.
They've now declared an invasion? Watch.
I've raised the issue, as has my colleagues, Maliotakis and others in New Jersey and New York, about these drone sightings. So last night I was on the beach in Island State Park in Ocean County with the sheriff. He has been working it every single night. He's got his own tethered drones chronicling. One of his officers 2 nights ago saw 50 drones come in off the ocean right there. So we thought maybe they'll replicate it. They didn't, but we thought it was a possibility. Then last night we had a number of other people there, including a commanding officer from the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water. Followed right behind them.
Big gap.
And I said, what's the rules of engagement? I mean, you do it if you're fighting against a narco trafficker or something, and they said, we don't know, we don't have any.
And this is quite possibly the craziest paragraph of everything else. But perhaps the most fantastic development is the dizzying proliferation of conspiracies, none of which has been confirmed or suggested by federal and state officials who say they're looking into what's happening. It has become shorthand to refer to the flying machines as drones, but there are questions about whether what people are seeing are unmanned aircraft or something else. Now, guys, this is not like an Alex Jones podcast script or something. This is the Associated Press. This is the same people who are on Instagram fact-checking posts. You can go look under those fact checkers. Most of the time it's Associated Press. And now they're here promoting conspiracy theories. Well, okay, I don't know about promoting, but they're at least like talking about them as if they're possibly legitimate. That is crazy. I never thought we'd see a world where the Associated Press is possibly believing conspiracy theories. It's just so, okay.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't know what to say. And I'm not saying that I'm like an anti-vaxxer or anything. I'm not any of that. I don't know enough about COVID, and COVID is long come and gone, so I'm not really that concerned about it. But you have to remember that the Associated Press were also the same people telling everybody, get the vaccine, do this, do that, because They were the ones saying that, oh, this was science. This was what the CDC was saying. And if anybody else dared to challenge that, the AP said false, 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 false. Until, oh, maybe it wasn't so false. And so now this reliable source of news is toying with conspiracy theories about UFOs. That's just crazy that this has happened in a matter of a 4.5-year span. That is wild. But enough of that. Let's get into some of these videos, because I know there have been hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of these videos about UFOs coming out in the past few weeks. And I'd love to be able to make a podcast about all of these videos. Unfortunately, there's no way I'm going to be able to cover them all. So instead of doing that, I've just selected a few of the most viral videos and then a couple that may not have gone as viral, but I definitely think we need to be talking about. Because the whole talk about UFOs, while I think some people are right about some aspects, I think we're totally looking at the wrong aspect of it all. And so we've had our fun now. It's time to get a little bit more serious. Also, for headphone users, I'm sorry about the sound on this next clip. Just prepare yourselves.
Today, Pentagon officials participating in a classified closed-door meeting with the House Oversight Committee. The topic reportedly centered around UFOs that have been flying over New Jersey.
For the past few weeks, residents of New Jersey spotting mysterious objects flying at night.
I mean,
This
it's
is
just
over
crazy.
my house right now. What is that?
The FAA restricting airspace. The FBI now investigating.
Oh my God, here we go. What is that?
Okay, so I think you get the point. There's allegedly lots of videos on this subject, and all of these people have alleged evidence. Let's go ahead and look at this person who's actually in New Jersey and talking about it from her perspective.
I am literally freaking out right now. My Ring camera is going off every 5 seconds with the neighborhood notifications that the drones are getting closer and closer and lower. I'm in Toms River, New Jersey, and every minute my phone keeps going off and people's cameras are showing like these drones, just like there's 4 or 5 of them, just one minute they're in one place, next minute they're in the other. It's really freaking scary. And the scary part is that it's right over my head, and I don't see them from my house, but with the Ring camera app, these people are so close. Less than a mile away from my home, not even. And it just makes no sense to why they're just here. It's really scary. At first, I kind of just was letting it go. And as the days are going on and these drones are out there almost, well, literally every single night for a while now, and we still don't have the answers, that's the scariest part. I don't know how people aren't freaking out. I don't know if it's just my anxiety, but it just makes no sense to me.
No, I'm with her. Like I said, I do think people should be freaking out, but for a different reason. Now, in that video, she talks about drones, not UFOs. Right now, the two are kind of hand in hand. People are talking about them in the same way. And with this whole subject, they both mean the same thing. It's just that some people think they're UFOs, some people think they're drones. Now, I'm gonna say I'm with her. I'm on the side of drones. I am not on UFOs. And here's the thing about that, but I do want to share some things that are just in my perspective religiously, and I don't do this to push anything on you guys, I just want to share this perspective. I'm a Christian, I do not believe in aliens. However, I do believe in aliens and demons. I do believe in spiritual beings. So, could it be that these things are not drones and that they're other beings? Of course. Do I think they're aliens? Not quite. And I mean, I think a lot of people recognize the power of spiritual beings. I know a lot of people talk about being haunted. I think probably the most obvious form of spiritual beings, though, is spiritual possession. I absolutely do believe we have seen demon-possessed people in real time, in real life. And especially in this digital age where people can record such things, I absolutely 100% believe that there are demonic possessions. Now, all of that to say, I do not believe in aliens. There are celestial bodies, there are stars, there are heavenly bodies, but that's the planets, not the aliens. As far as I'm concerned, no on aliens. The government may have said yes, I'm saying no. Okay. Also, because when's the last time you trusted the government to tell you the truth on something? But like I said, regardless of all of that, alien spiritual beings, I do think in the majority of these cases that are real, and we'll get into that, it's drones. And I do think we should be a little bit more terrified of drones. Which leads us into looking at this next map. And I do not know if this is a real map or if this is just something that somebody put together. For the sake of this video, I am going to take it as a true, real map. Just notice the map very carefully. What do you think that's about? What do you think that's about? Just saying. On a side note, can we please stop using this music? Not that I'm freaked out by it, I just hear it every time somebody wants to make a video that's like, huh, you scared yet? Please, just pick something else for the love of God. I hate this music. Did you all notice something? There seems to be one major country that did not have any reported UFO sightings. China. We'll get into that, but I want to show a couple more videos first. Here's a video I found on X about this subject. The caption reads, "These are holographic fake whales in Dubai. They can fake UFO invasions, fake nuclear bomb explosions, and fake messiahs returning. Be ready and don't be afraid." I mean, how did they get it to come out of the water like that? I mean, after all, this is UAE, but how? And before anyone even asks, yes, this is a real video. I looked it up multiple places, multiple times. This is real. This actually happened. Which again, like I said, it blows my mind. How are you able to make a holographic whale pop out of the water like that? That is crazy. Anyway, and here's another video along the lines of fake that I want to point out.
Oh, I've never seen nothing like that. Not in my lifetime. Wow, look at that.
That video right there, that's AI, folks. So if that's AI, now we have to go back and consider how many of these videos are actually real and how many of these are AI. Because I don't know about you, but to me, in a lot of these sightings, it seems very strange that in every single video, the sighting looks like something completely different. So now, knowing what we know now, go back to that first video and think about how many of those actually look completely real to you and how many of those could be something totally different, whether it's AI or one of them even looked like it could be lights on a dashboard to me. I mean, like, people, this is why we can't just go believing everything, every single thing. I understand this is a big point of discussion right now. I understand that a lot of people are freaked out, but I also know that a lot of people are probably taking this discussion to the advantage and creating fake videos for the clicks, for the views, so that they can freak out even more people, and they're doing it just for the fame. And that, to me, is kind of disgusting. It's one thing if you use AI for something that could totally never happen in real life, and again, there's debates if this could really happen in real life or not, but it's a totally other thing to intentionally freak people out about something using the power of AI. That's just another level sort of sick that I just don't understand. And so let's run it back to China and these drones. Take a look at all of the appliances and electronics you have in your home right now. Take a look at them, research them if you have to, but where are so many of these products made? Because I can tell you right now, if I lift up this phone, China. If I lift up this laptop, China. If I lift up my little microphone connector box, China. If I look at that camera, China. So many of these electronic products are manufactured in China. And I also don't think people understand how dangerous that is to have so many of our electronics produced in China. Because the real problem is, why would you hand the key to the enemy? And I do believe because of us and so many other tech companies around the world, China has now become one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. China has also been an enemy of the US for a long time. So what happens when you give your enemy the key to all of your technological advancements? And this is something I need you guys to understand. This is why it is so dangerous to let China keep producing all of our electronics. This is why it's so dangerous to give so much blessing to the hands of the enemy. Because like I said, in that map, what country was not targeted? China. And so again, when so many of these products are made in China, iPhone made in China, laptop made in China, camera made in China, speaker box made in China, China has all of this power by holding the key to all of these electronics, and we've just let them do that. And you may not think this ties in, but let's talk about Trump's tariffs. A lot of people like to focus on so many of the negative aspects of the tariffs, which I do agree. There are probably going to be higher costs and things of that nature because of the tariffs. But one of the major benefits of these tariffs is for the United States to be able to take control of the technology world again. And just in general, that's the real point of the tariffs, is to bring manufacturing back to America. Why would we outsource all of our things, especially technology, to countries that do not like us, that want the US to fail, that want us to not succeed? Why would we do that? And we know the real reason. It's cost. That's the real reason why so many of these products are being manufactured overseas. But again, at the end of the day, I really want to drill this point home. Why should we do that? And so when these people talk about drone sightings and drones this and drones that, it's probably China spyware. I'm just being honest. And I know a lot of people will look at that and roll their eyes, but what else would it be? You're gonna tell me you believe that it's aliens over Chinese spyware? Come on.
Jimmy! Come on, Jimmy!
But regardless of that, there is one last point I want to make, and I just want everybody to consider. One last thing I want to say to everyone is that ultimately, I'm not afraid. And again, this goes back to my belief in Christianity. And again, I'm not trying to force this onto anybody, but this is just my belief. I do not want to be living in fear of the things that happen on this earth. Sure, there are times that I get scared of certain things. Sure, there are times where I might become afraid of certain things. But again, my belief is a belief in a God, a belief in Jesus. And my belief is that if something happens here, everything will be all right. Because this is not the end. But again, that's my belief. And if you guys want to talk to me about this belief more, you can absolutely leave a comment about it, and I would be happy to discuss it with you. And on that note, I think that's everything I have to cover on this subject. It's a lot, but hopefully we've gotten through everything. You guys can consider some of the different theories, some of the different speculations that have been going around, and you can hear my opinions and my thoughts on it as well. If you enjoyed this content, please make sure to like and subscribe. A thumbs up and a subs up is the way to go to keep this channel growing. And of course, if you're looking for more content, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Clapper, just in case TikTok gets banned, at Ian Talks Hot Takes, and on X at II Talks Hot Takes. And of course, if you'd like to discuss or debate something on today's topic, please leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to respond to you. And with that, I think that's all I have today. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.